Hey guys, we're here playing The World Is Yours. This is a Grail deck with Midway Station Grid. This hand, I think, is... Oh, I like that hedge fund. No, I don't like it enough. We're going to mull it. This is much, well, somewhat better. We still have our money, and we've got some actual ETR ice. Alright, Galahad. First Grail is up. Sweeps. Quandary here. No, put the Quandary here. Put the Galahad out too. So yeah, we're playing Midway Station Grid, which is 4-cost upgrade, and it makes them spend extra to use icebreakers for each subroutine on the ice. Pretty interesting card. One that doesn't work with any of NBN's existing ice. Right, because pretty well all your good ice in factions like pop up where they just don't have to break it, or it's like Total Booth where it has one subroutine, or Wraparound has one subroutine. So that card sat in the binder for a long time, even though I wanted to use it. And now we have a chance to try it out with the Grail ice, because these can have easily 3 subroutines, at which point it's pretty taxing. Draw our Sand. As you can imagine, that's one of our win conditions in NBN. No matter who you are, I think you might as well put Sand in there. Let's just draw for some good stuff. There's Lancelot. So now this Galahad will trash programs. Let's keep drawing. Now we'll trash 2 programs. And let's actually get money. We can do our Sand maybe fairly early this game. Up against the Professor, he's playing Professional Contacts. Very thematic. No idea if he's got a serious good deck or if this is kind of a jank fest, but I'm eager to see what he does. So he's not much to run. If I had a Jackson, I would dump my entire hand right now probably, but I don't, so I'm just going to keep drawing. I'm going to get another Agenda. Alright, well, this is fine. Let's put the Lancelot out. Maybe he'll put a program in, maybe he won't. If I can get a Sand, then I can score this, and then I can score this off of it, getting my Sand back. He's just going to dirt a little while. Pawn shop, interesting. He's really rigging up. Actually, this Quandary is pretty well what I want on this server. We're gonna just ice up. Click for money, and next turn we can maybe even stick this Sand for a turn, which would be great. Because if I could score 2 agendas off of it, I'd be pretty far ahead. Gonna have a pile of credits pretty soon, so let's get some stuff happening before that happens. The Quandary, yes, Quandary's rezzing. He gets $2. Can't be helped. It just can't. So we cannot res this Galahad because we don't have enough money to also res our Quandary and Sand and score Astro. Yeah, he goes through. If we had Merlin, I'd be tempted to do net damage to him, but no, our Sand plan is more important. Not so sure on this Chum yet. The Chum does do fun things with your Grails because they're never quite sure if they can break it or not. Obviously he's not allowed to come in here. Gets $2 more from this. This is probably the best you'll see this card. I've played it in the past, and if you get it early it's good. If you get it late it's just awful. So overall I was not happy enough with it. Yeah, I wasn't happy enough to keep playing it in any decks. I think usually modded's going to do more for you, because then it's just straight up. You get $3. He can pawn it once he uses the credits. So I see where we're going with this. He can spend these 2 credits and then he can pawn it, or he can just even let it pile up for a little while longer and then, you know, the kind of thing. Parasite may come down. Pay for with these credits, pretty reasonable. Maybe he's Ice Destruction followed up by, you know, making us res more ice. Maybe he has some de-resers. Maybe it's just all Clone Ship Parasite, which he can only have so much because he can't run Deja Vu. Yeah, there's a Clone Ship, so this is going to go down too. He's going to come kill this, and we're going to let that happen. All right, that's money. We do need money. We could dump some of these cards. Only thing is, I don't have a Jackson to recur it, so this is where this card is kind of awkward. Could just click for money this turn, that's fine. We're gonna get pounded on HQ next turn, but can't actually res any of our ice, so we could just bluff him. Let's not do that. Let's just pitch the chum, and it's fine. We have 6 cards in hand, so the HQ single access is not that scary. Next turn we can do our hedge fund. I'd prefer to use this to bring up the Sansa and actually keep it out. We could do 2 net damage here. Do we want to do that? No, I don't think we do. If I get some money up, then I can do it then. For right now, 2 net doesn't do much to him. Just lets him draw very easily and get rid of his bad stuff. Trashes Jackson. I'm happy in a sense that that happened. Just need him to spend his money. Though drawing it would let me dump my whole hand with reuse for a lot of money. For $12. Trashes another Jackson. Interesting. I still count that as a positive outcome. We have the option also to use License Acquisition to bring back Jackson. Not normally the best play, but it could be alright. He's going to keep going. Okay, he misses again. What do we see? Merlin. So the Grail plan has been revealed. He probably comes here next. And I think I'd rather have the Lancelot in front. Well, it doesn't really do anything. No, we'll put this out. It's fine. Yeah, let's stabilize our centrals a little bit more before we go anywhere. Parisha, credits for trashing assets. Clone ship again, sure. We're gonna see some heavy parasite action going down. Put this in front. Let's click for money. Next turn I might do my score here, but I'd almost rather Astro Chain into a second one. Data sucker, yep. Gotta make those instant parasites pretty irritating. Now we probably shouldn't even res the Galahad. Well, we could. It would eat one clone chip. Maybe his plan is to levy after that. Could be what he's after. Another Beal. Alright, let's get our Sansan back. So if he runs into this, we still have enough to trash his Data Sucker, which is going to be a huge win for us. Parisha is not a good card. It doesn't trash assets. I mean, he can pawn it, so it's not the worst. Maybe you get a little bit of value and then he sells it to the pawn shop. But it's never been a card I've been happy to play. Oh, Imp. Fantastic play by him. Yep, he is farming sucker tokens. We're going to need to lock down all our centrals. Yeah. Okay. Pay 6 for this. He pays 2 to clone chip, instantly killing it. Or let him instantly kill this. Why res both, and then he has to kind of jack out. Doesn't do a lot, does it? Really doesn't. Well, I can make him burn, what, both clone chips? Yeah, that's fine. It's expensive, but I need to get rid of those clone chips. Get rid of them clone chips. I could have waited for this maybe and tried to lock archives off. Will he continue with no sucker tokens and no breakers? Yeah, he probably shouldn't. I mean, he could. I just trashed both of his things and used clone chip to get the imp out. He gets $2 from this, so he can just trash with the regular credits. Yeah, I think we need to maybe crack down on these a little harder. He jacks out. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to let that opportunity go to waste. There goes the Beal. Ship it. I just have to farm tokens. He's going to take 1. Yeah, that's enough because I only have $2. I could have iced here and tried to hold him off, but I wouldn't have anywhere near enough money to do so. So I think it's fine. These clone chips are going to run out. And then will be a lull while he has to figure out what he can do. I pay 2 for him to... Burn another parasite. Yeah, I do. Might as well. He's going to scavenge into more parasites, so he could actually have like 6 parasites that way. We'll play 1, 3 clone chips is 4, 3 scavenge is 7, 3 test run is 10. Yeah, I think he'll just try to parasite everything we do. We're not playing Lotus, unfortunately. Or Architect. So maybe we should. Because I'm not convinced he even has breakers in his deck. Leprechaun, okay. Sweeps is kind of good, but I don't really want to play it right now. Interesting. Just click for money. Next turn I'll tip, reduce. Not sure how good this will be in the end. I want to say not very. So we need to sneak this Beal out. But he's going to run anything because he has this imp left. Well, once the imp goes away, he might not run everything. He imps this card. I don't know how good that is. What did he trash? Oh, Galahad. No? Yeah, okay. It's just already one on top, but he trashed the second Galahad. License acquisition, that's fine. Thinking about this one. No? Okay. Another midway? Yeah. Yeah, we don't have enough ice res to do anything with that. Let's draw 3 cards, and we get more Astros. Holy moly. It's kind of uncomfortable, actually. Just can't really dump them. Don't mind dumping these 4 cards. Yep, okay, we'll keep the sweeps. And that's fine. What do we got now? Handful of agendas, but we have some money. We can res this. And it doesn't do much right now. We need him to knock it in our server just once. Pawn shop's doing good work for him. So I noticed the Parisha also didn't trash the midway. Like this really, the fact that upgrades are so strong in this game compared to assets, this is not a good card. I guess it's okay against like the hub where they just spam pad campaigns and stuff, but I don't like it. I don't think it's worth the MU. She seems to have enough of right now because he's not playing any breakers, but oh geez, we're just giving up all kinds of agendas now. There's only 2 and 15 left, so he shouldn't hit. Checking the archives. Might as well, right? So whatever we play, he's going to probably play a parasite on it and kill it that way. There's a data pike. Would that stick? Like, we just win if it does. If he cannot play Parasite on this, it would stick. That's not good. That doesn't seem that good to me. Let's put the midway in, hope the beta run. I don't mind paying 4 and maybe sniping a data tucker. I did like this having this in hand, but I think I wanted the $2 more. We need money to do anything. Maybe green level's a little bit better than reuse because well, normally you have extra ice, right? Like quandaries that aren't any good anymore. Or that kind of thing. But he just hasn't been putting any breakers out, so we just kept needing more ice. It's tough for him because if this is a sand, he still has to kill it. Otherwise, we'll just score out. Yeah, it's an interesting deck for him, but Lotus just seems like it just kills him dead. And so does Architect. So Parasite spam, I'm glad is not too strong. It's still plenty strong, but it's not overpowered where you just kill everything. Maybe he's playing like Crescentos or something as well, where he can do D-reses. But he hasn't shown that yet, so I don't know. I'm curious what his deck is. What else is meant to do? Because there hasn't been any multi-access yet. Like the Imp is a pseudo multi-access because you can trash a card and go again, but it's not. It's not quite. Yeah, I think he should have pawned that. Well, he didn't need the money yet, but definitely pawning it at some point is what you want to do. Because I just don't res enough ice. The typical corp doesn't res enough ice to make that card especially good. So if you look back, he got like, what, a couple bucks out of it? $2 or $3, and then the pawn shop. So it was like a very late sure gamble that relied on their card to work. Yeah. He actually hasn't installed many programs at all for being the professor. Like if he had a sneak door right now, he would destroy me. I think you should play sneak door and professor, absolutely. Boy, if he doesn't run this, that would be a blunder, I think. Maybe he doesn't have anything though. Interesting. Runs the R&D. I think we want to res this. Yeah, we just need to protect our R&D for a little bit. We can play sweeps next turn and install the Astro, or install the Beal, really, it doesn't matter. One's as good as the other. This Quandary's been holding on the fort. Good job, Quandary. I think this card really is quite good. A lot of the times it's the simplest cards that are the strongest. Flip this up. Trash program. Just the midway. This card is fairly hard to actually get to run. Oh, he trashes it. I think that's pretty wrong. It's hard to get it in a place where it does a lot of work, but when it does, it's pretty decent. And when it's not, they still often trash it. Or they run on it, so it's not awful. Get another one, that's funny. Sweeps. Do we want to get an agenda? Or we get an ice for this? Let's do sweeps again. I don't really want to just run through that, and I think he would. I don't care if I kill Parisha or Leprechaun. Both those are completely irrelevant programs. One more ETR and we can do this. Before we deck, hopefully. Losing 2 Jacksons didn't help with the decking. Normally it's not an issue. If you find the 3rd Jackson, we'll still be fine. We'll just put the 2 Jacksons back and then Jackson for Jackson. Worm, really. Not so good without the sucker. Oh, he's going to scavenge it into a parasite? Or scavenge into a data sucker? What's happening here? Into parasite, sure. Still doesn't have any strength. No, this is a slow burn. Yeah, I'd never like Worm. It just costs so much. Like, yeah, he can burn this down a little bit earlier. So we're in this toll booth. If we just toll booth Astro, click for credit, we can score out next turn. Losing to like test run. If we put it here, we can't score it next turn. So let's go. Hopefully he goes here and distracts himself, but there's almost no points left in the deck. There's 1 NEPD left and 1 more Beal in 10 cards. So he's only 1 in 5 to hit if he runs. And he needs to get 2 to win. So I think we just beat him. Maybe he'll have Tester and Fem. That's what he wants. Is he going to pawn the Worm? No, definitely pawn that ahead of the Worm. And the Worm can bring this down. He can at least get in this turn. He could just hardcast them at this point if he needed to. See if let her scavenge and you can make a data sucker again. I don't know. Keyhole. Ooh. Whew. Good play. I like it. He just has to pay 1 with the Worm to kill this data pike. I guess he can only play one data sucker because he's the professor. Otherwise, yeah, more suckers is better than this guy. Yep. 2 strength. Okay, there we go. He's in. He could win, but he shouldn't. He needs to hit a Beal and an APT on these 2 keyhole runs. That was a keyhole run. What did he do? Oh, he didn't click keyhole. Yeah, all right. Interface fail. Easy to do. Does hit the NAPD. If he hits the Beal, he wins. In the one, he's gonna have basically 1 and 3 here because there's 1 Beal in 9 cards, but he sees 3 of them. So he's just not complaining breakers. Interesting. So we could have just put more ice down in R&D, get them out. Guessing he didn't win by the time he's taking to do this. Yeah, he sees Galahad. And he's just going to run again in case this was not an agenda, but he's lost. Hits at that time, so close game. I think our deck needs a lot of tuning, but the idea is kind of fun. We could have played around his deck a little better, but we didn't quite know what he was up to. Keyhole makes sense in hindsight. Probably could have held this for a little longer. I don't know. Maybe we didn't do anything, but it made him pay $8, so that's pretty good actually. Let's have a look at the reuse. Wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be. Maybe just some regular economy. Blue level's pretty good in this deck. Blue level or... yeah, even just Beanstalk is fine. Thanks for watching, guys.